Wow.
That's
Wow.
for one ticket.
That's
Now,
the lowest one.
I think by the end of the day it'll go up, and that was obstructed view.
Oh,
so-
no.
Understand it was obstructed view, and then I'm like, well, let me just look, and then so airfare it went up. So because you can usually get to Boston for like $269.
Right.
No flight under 400, and that's probably because I'm booking it so late. But no, I'm not going.
You're not
But
going.
yes, I looked.
That's funny.
Wow.
That's funny. All right, let me get to the phone.
I'm still really mad at myself for not going to the Tampa Bay game when they played the playoffs here. But I had to go to my son's. And this is a crazy thing. We're there, and I'm like, and my son's afterwards. He's like, Dad, we should have blown this off and gone to the game. I'm
funny.
like, I agree, son. That was pretty bad.
That's funny. Good morning. You're on the air.
Okay.
Oh, good.
There you are. Yes.
Down there at Market American, one of the T-shirt vendors, sure enough, had it. Was showing a baseball bat splattering cardinal feathers all over it. It's a bird. I thought he did what he said that.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, you're breaking up.
I thought you'd get a kick out of that.
I did, Jim. I heard it enough to know what you said this time. But thank you for calling in. Breaking up again.
Now, how coincidental is that?
Yes. Did you hear him that time,
To
Galen?
be local like that.
Yeah.
He said at the Market of Marion there was a
Yeah.
T-shirt vendor,
How coincidental
and it was the
is
imagery
that?
of a guy with a baseball bat smashing Cardinals, and there was
Yeah.
feathers everywhere.
You should go get royalties for that or something.
Somebody heard you.
No,
They whipped it out.
everybody could have had that idea. That's not an original idea. I don't think that's original. I said it.
I don't know.
Yes, you
You're
did.
the first I had heard of it.
Yeah, and it's marketed. It's a local person.
Well, now, if on the man's T-shirt of the guy holding the bat it says Galen Unold or Life South, then we're gonna know.
Right. Now we're on to something.
Oh, that's too funny. So, anything else that stood out from last night's game before I get into my list?
No, I mean, it was a well-played game, clean game. Umpires didn't decide it. Still not. I think their strike zones have been pretty brutal. But, yeah, I mean, Red Sox win. That's the great thing. And you gotta, when my team loses, I'm a lot more upset than happy when my team wins.
Yeah, I noticed that.
But that's, but that's the nature of being a fan.
I noticed that. All right, so I have the.
Because I expect them to win.
By the way, this is WOCA Ocala.
The source.
Thank you very much. So I have the top 10 favorite sports sideshows. See if you agree. See if you want to comment. This is a very brief list, really. There's no extra commentary other than the simple one or two word things. Funny vendors is number 10.
Yeah, it's one of those things at a ballpark that I enjoy. You know, there's a lot of things that I don't. I hate it when, like, the Jumbotron has to tell you to clap and to cheer. And I hate it when they have to pump in music to pump up the crowd.
Uh-huh.
That tells me that you're not a good baseball town. But there's something great about a vendor who gets it and entertains you while they're serving you your $8 beer.
All right, there you go.
You know, or your pretzel or whatever it is. And you know, if you haven't been to a game and caught the hot dog that was thrown at you, then, you know, you haven't really been to a game.
That's cool.
Oh, we got to go just
That's
for the
not
hot
happened
dogs,
for me.
though.
I've gone to a few, but nobody ever tossed one to me.
Yeah.
All right, number 10 was...
Chavez Ravine, I'll tell you the story real quick. That's where the Dodgers play at Dodger Stadium. And I was in the Navy, and I'm like, I want to go to Dodger Stadium while I'm here, and drove up, caught a double header, so it was pretty cool. And I sat in two different seats, and I guess they throw dogs all the time, and they have really good arms, so it's pretty awesome. Dodger dog thrown to me.
So can somebody steal your hot
Great.
dog?
Yeah.
How do you pay? Do you throw the money?
No, you hand the money down the line.
Okay.
It's
Wow.
almost like, and nobody, you know, and at a baseball field, you have they'll bring you back your change, you know, and it's pretty awesome. It's not like they're not right there, and you could kill them.
Big.
But, they stole your money.
All right. So funny vendors is number 10. Number 9 is painted fans. Fans who are painted.
Yeah, that's more of like especially when it's cold in a football game. You see some face painting. I would never paint my face, but watching people do it's kind of fun.
What I've seen photos of is like 3 or 4 guys in a row, and when they stand together, the paint on their chest and face make a slogan or a game name
Yeah.
or
Sure.
team name or something. When they stand together, right?
Yeah.
That's,
Right.
Yeah, you
that's
see that.
when you need 5 idiots instead of just one.
But you see that in Green Bay games and games up north too. I mean, they're crazy because they got their beer right there and they're like half naked and they're just enjoying the game, so they got to be warm from the alcohol. Because you see them
what they
without
say.
their
That's the way
jackets
they're
on.
keeping them warm.
that's what they
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, it's
All right, number 8, cute children on the jumbotron.
that's one that's fun, and I love it when it's like a father son or a father daughter where they're just passing along their love of the game.
Uh-huh.
It's always good.
Cute
And then of course they'll show them that child in the 3rd inning, and then they'll show them in the 8th. And in the 8th they're completely passed out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're sleeping.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, that's the best.
Oh, okay. So they give you a little an update, right?
That's cool.
Here's
Or you see the kid who's eating the great big, something that's huge that they can barely fit in their mouth, and they're wearing it. It's all over their face. That's the best.
there you go.
Wow.
So that of the I guess
I think I said if I ever run for office, I would do it through the minor league stadiums across the country, like national office. I would go from like minor league stadium to minor league stadium.
and
That
what
would be my platform.
okay.
Oh, I like that. You got a captive audience.
Number 7 of the top 10 favorite sports sideshows is the Wave.
I hate the Wave.
Well,
I think it's goofy. I mean,
It's
I
number
think
7.
It's just, it's for fans who really don't care about what's going on the field, and they just need entertainment.
that's funny.
Yeah, my buddy gave me these tickets. Sounded like something that would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I brought my date. She's bored. Now we're going to do the Wave. That's what the Wave is about.
All right, now the next one, I did not get this from
By the
a.
way, I never participate in the Wave.
Oh,
He's a Wave party pooper.
there you go. People are probably mad at you.
Oh yeah, no, turn up. I'm like, look, man, there's a game going on.
They should have.
I like at the Tampa Bay game, they were trying to get it going. I'm like, look, I didn't pay $20 for this seat to do the Wave.
So the guy who has the camera that gets the picture on the jumbotron should try to find the Wave party poopers and put them up there,
Oh, there you
and
go.
and label it Wave party pooper.
and I never even look at I don't look at the jumbotron until the inning's over, unless there's a replay.
All right, now the next one you're gonna
Never
have
watch the game.
you're gonna have to explain
Yeah.
the next one to me. And I think I know a little bit about this, but I did not get this from a local source, just so you know. And you'll understand why I say that maybe not. Number 6 of the favorite sports sideshows is Mr. Two Bits.
Okay.
Well, Mr. Two Bits is he's semi-retired. They just bring him out for big games. He's at the University of Florida, and he wears his outfit. And he goes up there and he leads the crowd in the 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits $1.
Okay, so that's what I thought he was local. I thought he was from the University of Florida.
Oh.
That's why I was surprised
Well,
to.
they have them at every school.
Oh, they do. They got a guy at every school.
Yeah, just the University of Florida. They're a very myopic fan base. They believe that they invented everything.
Oh no.
You give them Gatorade, and they believe they created everything. So they do not own. They're not the only people who have ever done.
Okay. Okay. So that's what I thought. I wondered about. I wondered if he was so famous that he actually made the Associated Press poll, or is there a lot? Are there a lot of Mr. Two Bitses?
And he very well may have, because Gator fans, again, are very myopic, and they vote for their team for everything. So that may be the one they're referring to, but he's not the only one.
Does he have a costume or does he look like a real person?
He looks like a real person. He just wears this. His clothing is a little. You wouldn't wear it every other day.
By the way, what's interesting?
other day.
What's interesting about this top 10 is there's no mascot listed on here. This doesn't say anything about a mascot on here.
Good. Again, mascots are for children. People who aren't there for the fans.
All right, the number
It's true.
5.
They just get in the way, except for one, and that's the Philly fanatic, because He is the best of all the mascots.
What does he do?
He entertains the kids.
Oh.
I don't know. He does all kinds of fanatical things.
Well, I would have voted for
I
him.
don't know specifically.
I think some of the mascots are fun to look at. All right. Number 5 of the
There you
top
go.
10 favorite sports sideshows is cheerleaders. Cheerleaders, number 5. I would have thought they'd be number 1.
Well, the problem there was them not being number 1 is you cannot see them except in basketball where they come in and they perform. Like football games, you can't see them when you're in the stands. I mean, seems like they're a million miles away. Of course, in baseball, we don't have cheerleaders because the game is entertaining enough.
Right.
And in basketball, they just dance.
And I like college
Not a bad thing
cheerleaders.
necessarily.
Number 4 and number 3 I'm going to put together. Number 4 is fights on the field. Number 3 is fights in the stands.
I love fights in the stands.
Fights on the field.
I
Now,
do not like fights in the stands that I can see because that can escalate quickly. I mean, especially if you're now at my age, I don't want to see fights in stands because I'll bring my kids.
no, I don't want to see
When I was
fights at
young,
all.
I would have liked that. Would have been fun. I've been to a minor league hockey game, and I have seen a fight in the stands. It got pretty ugly.
In the stand. It's always hockey, isn't it? What is it about hockey?
Well, it's hockey because hockey is an adrenaline sport. I mean, it's a lot of high-paced action with very few breaks. Whereas football is it's 15 seconds of mayhem, and then you have 45 seconds of them standing around. Where hockey, you don't have that. It's continual action.
By the way, did you ever see the George Carlin bit where he compares football to baseball?
I don't
haven't.
believe I have.
You have?
I have not.
Okay.
I don't think I have.
Well, he basically says football is like going to war. Baseball is happy. In football, they wear helmets. In baseball, they wear caps. In football, you're taking each other's land. In baseball, you're just running home. It goes on and on and on.
Oh, that's
It's a
funny.
very funny bit.
I
Yeah,
have to
if you
find
look
that.
it up, you'll see the whole thing.
George is that's a funny dude.
George
Yeah,
Carlin. And
he's
those are the
awesome.
ones I
He's
remembered.
awesome.
Yeah, he's taking that long dirt nap now, as he would say.
Say that again?
He's taking that long dirt nap.
Oh, the long dirt nap. Yeah, right.
Yeah, but I always liked him from the beginning, even though he was kind of brash.
He was very philosophical when you look back. Maybe we didn't realize it when we were
Yeah.
kids. Good morning. You're on the air.
I always thought the Lambeau Leap was a sideshow.
The Lambeau Leap. Now, what is that?
Well, every time a Green Bay Packer scores a touchdown, he jumps in the stands, and all the fans start patting him and
Oh, really?
giving them congratulations. You got about 50 fans slapping him on the butt and slapping him on the back, and I think they enjoy it more than the touchdown.
Ah,
Probably.
All right, I got a question.
Yes.
Who was the first player to ever do the Lambeau Leap?
Leroy Butler.
That's right. That a girl.
No.
Good job.
wow.
Not a girl.
Wow.
Not a girl.
Played Seminole.
Yeah.
I actually,
Yeah.
actually did a radio show with him in Jacksonville. So
Yeah,
he's
who
a
would have
good
thought
dude.
it would be a defensive player, huh?
Right,
Hey,
exactly.
who caught Barr's first pass?
Probably somebody from the other team.
Ah.
How about Brett Favre? It bounced off a Tampa
did-
Bay player in his hand.
Oh my gosh.
Bounced right
There
back
you
into
go.
Brett Favre's hand.
Ah.
That doesn't surprise me. at all.
Linda and Galen challenging each other at trivia.
Yeah, I love that.
All right,
good
you guys
stuff.
have a great day.
Thank you. By the way, Galen, I don't know if you saw this or not, and I put it on Ronnie's Facebook.
Oh,
page.
he did. He saw it this morning and thought it was great. Thank you so
I
much.
posted the thing we did yesterday. What was it called again? Bunnies and Snakes?
Yeah, he appreciated that. You're really giving him something to think about.
Because Ronnie said to me he didn't get it either, and I was like, well, maybe I didn't explain it well. And I was, of course, I was at an advantage here because I had the notes in front of me. So when I
You know
got,
what I had to do? I had to write it down.
oh, did you?
I was in the car and I was already at work in the parking lot, so I wrote it down and then I got it. It's an equation. So that's actually how I figured it out.
Oh, really? So did you see where I posted? I didn't post it on your site. What I did was I tagged you in it or something.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
You should be tagged twice. Once on the one on my site and once on Ronnie's, because I tagged you on his after I tagged you, and like your name is on there twice somehow. I don't know how that happened.
All right, it's fine.
But anyway, all right. Number
As long as it
2.
wasn't in vain. It's fine.
Number 2 of the top 10 favorite sports sideshows is streakers.
That's right.
You've got to love a good streaker. I will tell you that there are times when a streaker picks their spot, it can be enjoyable. Now, if they're doing it in a situation where there's some tension going on, it's a big moment, you don't want to take away from the moment. You want to add to the moment.
Well, that's what happened.
You got to pick your spot.
Yeah, but that's what happened in that soccer game a couple years ago, right? That streaker came onto the field and all, and he got tackled by the soccer players or something.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Yeah, because they were all,
So who's streaking more, men or women, or is it mixed, or is it both?
I think men.
It became a tradition at Wimbledon for a while, where this woman came out, and I guess she was some kind of burlesque star. She would come out like every year.
Oh.
And it's like you don't see her coming. You don't think you know what she's doing.
Yeah, right.
So.
I think men streak more, though.
Okay.
Don't you?
I don't know.
I have no idea. I've never seen a streaker.
Uh-huh.
Have you?
Yeah.
Well, they don't show them on TV anymore. They used to show them on TV, and then it became
Well,
rampant.
okay. Well, I don't mean on TV. I've seen them on TV and
Yeah.
on the computer.
Yeah.
In real life, I've never seen
Our
anybody.
friend did that in person when we were at Daytona that one year
Somebody I know?
for Bike Week.
Oh, when you and Ronnie were
Yeah.
at Daytona. Okay.
Yeah.
At Bike Week, you just think they're going out for a jog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then, yes, I've seen them in Fantasy Fest. But that wasn't.
Yeah.
That's a different. I'm talking about somebody interrupting
Again,
everything.
You just think they're going out for a jog.
I haven't then. I haven't seen it then.
So just running past the window or something.
There you go. There's a challenge to some of the listeners. I mean, when I was up in
you don't want to start that.
Yeah, right.
when I was up in New York, you said that Dan said he saw somebody moon you guys. So now we have to elevate it one, and there needs to be a
Dan
speaker
did.
that
Yeah.
comes by.
When I turned around, the guy had already pulled his pants up, but Dan did definitely say the guy pulled his pants
Well, we
down.
need a second camera just out to the window.
I know. What
at
do you
all
think?
times to
What do you think is
capture
the
that.
number one favorite sports sideshow? Number one answer when the Associated Press asked, "What's your favorite sideshow at a
I
sports
was going
event?"
to say marching bands, but
It's not on the list. The marching band is not on the list, nor is the mascot. I couldn't believe either
Yeah,
one
they
of those
took
was
the
missed.
bands
Yeah.
away.
What do you think it is? Any idea?
music.
Nope. It's paper airplanes.
Really?
What the heck is that? I haven't been.
Threw one on the
Number
someone
one.
threw one on the mound yesterday during the game.
Oh, it happened in yesterday's game?
Yeah, that's just a bush league move.
When did they do
I
this?
mean, it's silly.
I wonder when they did this poll. Maybe they just did it. 'Cause
Yeah,
I saw it
paper
this morning.
I had never seen it before last night. But I'm surprised they didn't do marching bands. I watched. There's a video that's it's going around it's on YouTube of the Ohio State band,
Uh-huh.
and they did a tribute to Hollywood blockbusters. You've got to watch it. I posted it on my Facebook
okay.
page last night.
Okay.
You've got to watch it. It's incredible.
And what team was it for? Who were they with?
Ohio State.
Ohio State.
University.
Oh, okay.
College.
Okay.
The Ohio State. And it's incredible. What they do with Superman is amazing.
Oh, I'll
They
have
do
to watch
Harry
it.
Potter, and you know that would be entertaining. I'll just tell you this: you see Harry Potter fly through the sky.
Really?
I've got to share that with my
It's
brother.
incredible.
All right, I'll have to look.
They just did it on Saturday, so
Well,
it's
maybe
fairly new.
maybe the marching bands are. I don't know. Maybe we need more of them that are being creative like that in order to get on a list like this. Like if this list had been
Well-
done in Ohio, probably marching bands would have been on the list.
Well, whenever they dot the I, you know, the crowd goes crazy. So,
Oh,
do you know what I'm talking about with dotting
No.
the I?
No,
Okay.
in
so-
Ohio, in the word
At the beginning
Ohio.
of every game, at the beginning of every game, the band spells out Ohio, and then the I can't remember if it's a trumpet player, trombone, some kind of a musical instrument, comes running out, and they dot the I.
Oh,
and the crowd
really?
goes crazy.
Oh, that's cool.
wow.
That's
That's
cool.
awesome. Yeah, well, the Gator Band and stuff, because you don't see that during the halftime performances, and the bands,
Yeah.
it takes a lot of work and precision to do that. People in general don't realize how hard that is. I mean, we just had the marching band festival 2 weeks ago at Westport High School, and if you guys didn't go see it, you really missed something incredible, because that's a lot of precision, and you gotta love the high school football marching bands. They put a lot of work into their routines.
Yeah, maybe the word sideshow.
If you look at Ohio State, if you look at what they do, that's entertainment. Some of them are, yeah.
Well, maybe the fans
Yeah.
consider that part of the game. Maybe that's why they didn't consider it a sideshow. Maybe I'm trying
That
to.
could be.
Maybe.
Yeah, that could be.
And maybe the same with the mascot, but the cheerleaders are listed. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hard to figure. Anyway, paper airplanes, number one.
I know, we
was like,
gotta go to
you
a
gotta be
game and
kidding.
see it.
No, I do remember paper airplanes though. When I went to a couple of games with Alex, I remember paper airplanes flying past us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But I didn't see that many. Like it was that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wonder if you write stuff on the paper.
You're right.
Notes to your favorite players.
All right, Robin, we need a segue from favorite sports sideshows to donating blood.
Well, that's one of the great topics that you can see on the television set at Life South Community Blood Centers when you donate blood, because you are in charge of the remote control. So while you're there donating, you can take that remote control clicker for the TV. You can put it on any channel you want to, and if it's on the weekend and the games are playing, just have a great time and enjoy the game with the staff.
There you go.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
a lot of fun.
Gail, where's the Bloodmobile today?
Bloodmobile today is actually at the Hospice of Marion County.
Hospice. All right.
Oh, nice.
We have-
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Right up the road from
The Steel Horse
WOCA.
Stampede.
That's right, on Saturday.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, you can, if you can't get to the Life South Bloodmobile, I almost said bus, Life South Bloodmobile, go next door to the Cascades on Silver Springs Boulevard. You can donate blood over there. Where would you go if you were in Denellen, Robin?
Right next door to Sweet Bay.
Sweet Bay.
Yep.
All right, Gail, well, that was fun.
Yeah.
So now you got a night off. Tomorrow is the big one. Could be.
Yeah, yeah. The next 2 nights again, and I want to just get it over in 6 because I don't know if I can deal with a game 7 all day.
Oh, no.
I mean, I
So,
don't think my staff want me around if I have to deal with game 7.
so are you happy with the picture for tomorrow? Because you said something about it
I'm
the
very
other
happy.
day.
Yeah, John
Okay.
Lackey has been solid for us all year. And I think he'll be great tonight.
Pressure on him now. Wow.
All right. Remember, donate blood. That's what Galen is on the air for, even
That's
though
right.
we talk about other things. You have a great day, Galen. Thank you for all you do.
All right, you guys are the best. Thanks, you
All
guys.
right, we'll take a break.
Bye, all.
Be right back.
Phoenix Promotional Solutions, your company supplier of banners, digital decals, yard signs, and magnetic signs. Where you give them approved artwork by noon, the next day by 4 p.m., you pick up your banners, digital decals, yard signs, and magnetic signs. Phoenix Promotional Solutions, 368-2404. That's 368-2404. Don't forget, they do vehicle wraps also. Phoenix Promotional Solutions, 368-2404.
Stay informed on everything going on in the Villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the Villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
All right, let's take a look at the price of gasoline, see if we can save a few pennies around here somewhere. Wow, it's pretty low. Wow, it's getting lower. Right now, the average, it's gone up in Ocala, but I see some lower numbers. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. In Ocala, the average for a gallon of regular unleaded is $3.28. That is up a penny from yesterday. That's the average, though. But you can get a better deal if you go, let's see, to Denellen. They have gas for $3.13 at the Marathon station over there. And here in Ocala, let me find one in Ocala. 7 hours ago, Sam's Club called in with $3.17 a gallon. So that's the best bet I can tell you about. We'll take a little break and we'll be right back.
On the next Voice of Ocala, it's Trivianator Tuesday with Tom. It's your chance to go up against me for great prizes from Mojo's Grill, Ocala Golf Club, and the Marion Theater. Plus, it's Around the Water Cooler where we talk the hot topics in sports. And we're going to have a man in the mall moment with Austin Tapman and Dave Pingalore. He joins us from Paris, France. All that and more on the next Voice of Ocala on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Ugh, what wrong?
Ugh, need wood for fire.
Ugh, I go get. Ugh, I got wood for fire.
Ugh, what takes so long?
Had to use restroom. Someone not refill toilet paper.
Ugh, my bad. You wash hands?
Ugh, of course. Ugh, what caveman you take me for?
You know, Dan, people who save money by switching to Mike Scott Plumbing sure are happy.
Well, Brittany, how happy are they?
Happier than a caveman with indoor plumbing.
Yep. Get happy. Get Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it. 237-2888.
Hi, Robin. You look tired.
I am. I've been running all over town.
Why? Why not drive?
I need to get the stupid document notarized.
Well, that's easy. You need personal service.
Duh, that's what I've been looking for.
You need to go see Mark at the Personal Service Center. He can notarize that for you, make copies, fax it wherever, or send it out in the mail. Heck, he can even scan it and email it for you.
Really? Where is he at?
2375 Northeast 25th Avenue, on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street. You can call him at 789-6683.
Personal Service Center. Thanks, Larry.
All right, 23 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. It's time for other news. These are the stories that just don't fit anywhere else, so we squeeze them in right here.
Okey-doke.
Robin, do you know where Holmen, Wisconsin is? Holmen,
No.
H-O-L-M-E-N,
No, I
Holmen,
don't.
Wisconsin.
Counties I do, I'm not.
Well,
familiar.
in Holmen, Wisconsin, our first story, it's about a Wisconsin sixth grader who has been wearing his Green Bay Packers Aaron Rodgers jersey for nearly 3 years. And he's been planning, he is planning to wear it for a total of 4 years.
Every day?
Every day. His name is Dave Pell. He's from Holmen, Wisconsin.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Well, yes, it is Dave. Dave is his father. David is the son. David received the jersey as a Christmas gift a couple of years ago and has since worn it for 1,034 consecutive days.
Wow. Isn't that something?
The father said, I made the mistake of mentioning the boy that had worn the Brett Favre jersey just over 4 years. And at that point, he said, is there a record? And I said, I don't know if there's a record for an Aaron Rodgers jersey. So he said, well, I'm going to try and break the record, Pell said.
Oh, nice.
He said his son is the sole Packers fan in the family of the Minnesota Vikings fans.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Oh, there you go.
Being a Viking family, we tried to convert him, but once we knew he wasn't going to convert, we said, okay, the father said.
Yeah.
David's parents say they wash the jersey every alternative day. Was it 2 days without cleaning it?
Oh, my God.
And it has faded so much since its first wearing that Rodgers' name is no longer visible.
Wow. Isn't that something? Now, Rogers will probably send him a new one after he breaks the record.
The next story out of Washington, the Phantom Planter, whose impromptu garden at a Washington Metro rail station was ripped out by officials, created an artwork for artistic closure. Henry Doctor, 52 years old, who said he has been planting flowers in neglected public spaces around the world for years, said he planned Sunday's project after he planted 1,000 plants along the entryway to the DuPont Circle Metro station in July, and the plants were removed a couple of weeks later by Metro officials.
Oh, my gosh.
I needed artistic closure, Doctor said. Doctor executed his closure on Sunday in the form of a 6 by 6 by 4 foot box-like sculpture bearing online comments about his garden and its removal. He used a large spool of rope to create a pulley system that crossed the entryway to the metro station and suspended the box in the center of it. The comments on the sculpture included those critical of the garden's removal and some critical of Doctor himself. Beautification of civic space should be applauded, not crushed, one comment read. We cannot allow this phantom planter to inspire others, another read. A Metro spokesman said the item was removed without incident and transit police are investigating. Wow, they know his name.
Gee, gosh.
Hung a box.
Yeah, I bet the other plants looked real pretty.
The next story out of Sweden, the town of Odensbacken, workers at a Swedish food processing plant say they discovered a 4.36 pound potato believed to be the largest potato in the country, perhaps
Wow.
ever in the world.
Gosh.
Anders Eriksson of the if you're from Sweden and your name is Eriksson, how cool is that?
That's real cool.
Of the LEV and Company packing station in Odesbacken said workers investigating a jammed machine discovered the large potato gumming up the works.
Oh my God.
It was so big that it got stuck in our processing machine, and when I weighed it, we saw that it weighed 4.36 pounds, or in their terms, 1.98 kilos.
Wow. Isn't that something? You
All right.
feed a lot of people with that.
That's a potatoes.
Yeah.
That's a big baked potato.
I'd bake it.
Let's see. The next story is out of Iowa, the town of, let me find the town, the town of Estherville, Iowa. An Iowa college professor said the culprit behind repeated acts of vandalism against his bicycle turned out to be the meanest squirrel you've ever seen.
Gee.
Matt Strom, a math professor at Iowa Lakes Community College in Estherville, said he initially thought a human was to blame for the damage done Wednesday and Thursday to parts of his bicycle, including the seat, tires, headlight, and taillight.
Uh-huh.
There was no damage done to any metals, Storm said. It was all soft materials like plastic and rubber. However, only a short time after Strom reported the damage to the police, aviation instructor Ron Dewar snapped a photo of a squirrel chewing on the tire of Strom's bicycle.
Oh my gosh.
Strom wrote an email to colleagues describing the offender as the meanest squirrel you've ever seen. Sioux City
matter with
Animal
him?
Control owner Cindy Rarrett said it was the first time she had ever heard of a bicycle-eating squirrel.
Yeah. I mean, man, he must have done something to that squirrel to
I'm
make him mean.
You're right.
Yeah, look out, guys.
Here's a story out of St. Joe, Texas. St. Joe. J-O.
Oh, a woman.
A Texas man said he was not seriously injured when he was struck by lightning twice at a Rednecks with Paychecks event.
Now that sounds fun.
Casey Wagner is 31 years old. He works out as a rodeo clown.
Uh-huh.
He said he was attending the off-road racing event Saturday in St. Joe, Texas, when severe weather rolled in and he was left standing under a tree with his friend's father.
Oh.
What I remember is just a loud boom and it dropped me to my knees, and then it hit me again, Wagner said.
Oh, my.
When I got hit, it was just like two big old flashes, and then sparks went everywhere.
Oh, gee.
He said it's not going to disrupt me and my plans to return to next year's Rednecks with Paychecks event. I love the event. All right, let's push forward. We've got Mike Huckabee, and then we'll do News Bites. Deal?
Yeah.
This is the Huckabee Report for Tuesday. I'm Mike Huckabee from Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. Should Republicans save Democrats from themselves? Details next.
If you're a responsible homeowner who's faithfully made your mortgage payments, you deserve thanks for doing the right thing. And I'd like to tell you about a powerful financial tool that rewards your responsibility. Hi, I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans, and the tool that I'm talking about is the Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. HARP is designed to help you lower your mortgage payments. It's for responsible homeowners who are current on their payments, but due to the housing market may have little or no equity left in their home. And even if you were unable to get a HARP loan in the past, new guidelines mean that now you may be eligible. Over 2.5 million homeowners have already taken advantage of HARP and are saving an average of $250 a month. If you're one of the millions yet to take advantage, call us today at 800-QUICKEN. To learn more, call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to QuickenLoans.com. That number again is 800-QUICKEN.
Important terms and conditions apply. Call us for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
With the disastrous launch of the Obamacare website, a rising number of Democrats are calling on the White House to delay the insurance mandate. That's what the Republicans tried to do a few weeks ago, and Democrats shut down the government rather than go along. So now, should Republicans work with Democrats to pass a delay in implementing Obamacare? Personally, I'd advise them not to. Ignore the accusations of hypocrisy, because from the beginning, this hasn't been treated as a serious attempt to address problems with health care, but more like a political poker game. Well, it's time for someone to call and lay the cards on the table. The fact is, the terrible website isn't the problem. The entire program is fundamentally economically structured wrong. The website is just a speed bump on a highway that ends in a brick wall, and the sooner we realize that, the better. Already, we're seeing a rush to sign up by desperate people who need Medicaid, and it'll drain the system of finances, while the healthy people who are supposed to keep it afloat by buying insurance they don't need are recoiling at the prices and opting to pay the penalty instead. That creates what's called a financial death spiral, and it was completely predictable. This was a bill put together in the dead of night with Staples, chewing gum, and Elmer's glue all. Is it any surprise that it would start to fall apart the second it left the launching pad? There's no time like the beginning to admit that it was fundamentally flawed and start over to create something that solves the problems of healthcare costs and access instead of just creating new and worse problems. At this point, delaying it another year just postpones the inevitable. It's time to face reality and deal with it. This is what the Democrats wanted. It's what they demanded. It's what they said we have to have right now. Well, it's time to give them what they wanted. They're just not going to want what they get. And I have a feeling neither is anybody else. Finally, environmental officials in San Jose, California must have a lot of time on their hands. The Mercury News reports that cheerleaders at Lincoln High School held a fundraising car wash to help them attend a national competition. But the environmental bureaucrats got wind of it. The city's tangled mass of environmental laws declare that anything other than storm or water that enters a storm drain is a pollutant. So to prevent any soapy car wash water from going down the drain, they banned that and all other future charity car washes. Under public pressure, they backed off a little and allowed car washes if they follow a long list of rules. By the way, those apply to everyone in San Jose, so don't even think of washing your car in the driveway. And you better not wax it either, because if a bird lands on your car and slips and falls, you're in big trouble, pal. And this is the Huckabee Report.
You take your 6-year-old to the playground. You watch her go down the slide, then run over to the swings. Another mother strikes up a conversation. You take your eye off your daughter for just a few seconds. You look back at the swings. And she's gone. Your heart drops into your stomach. You jump up, your eyes searching. You cry out her name. Lily? Lily? From the top of the slide, you hear a voice.
Mommy, watch me!
Every parent knows that feeling. Imagine if she were actually abducted. Go to wirelessamberAlerts.org. Sign up for free Amber Alerts on your cell phone. When an Amber Alert is issued in the areas you've chosen, you'll receive a free text message. If you spot the vehicle, the suspect, or the child described in the alert, call 911. Sign up today at wirelessamberAlerts.org. A child is calling for help. This message brought to you by the Wireless Foundation, the U.S. Department of Justice, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and the Ad Council.
The Huckabee Report is brought to you by Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, Ocala.
Howdy folks, RL here. I want to tell you about the best $5 bargain anywhere. For a limited time, Dairy Queen at Silver Springs is offering a sandwich or chicken strips, fries, a medium drink, and a sundae for only $5 till 4 p.m. And new on the menu is the Orange Julius line of real fruit smoothies, including protein smoothies. Our fresh-made garden salads go great with a fruit smoothie. Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Now is the time to take advantage of Florida Credit Union's CD specials. Our 36-month CD comes in at 1.26% APY. A 24-month is working for you at 1.0% APY. And our 12-month at 0.75% APY. All CD rate specials require $10,000 minimum. With friendly service and rates like these, it's not hard to see why Florida Credit Union has your CD options covered. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Call 352-237-8222 for more information.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Here's an intelligent tip for you. Just say anything as long as you say something. Got it? This is the rule when it comes to job interviews. Putting animals on a diet may not help them lose weight, because if your pet is turning to food as a way of coping with their emotions, restricting that food will only make them more unhappy. You need to get out of a funk? Then do this. It's very simple. Ready? Help somebody else. That's it.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom Spix, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 23 minutes before 9 o'clock. Beautiful Tuesday morning. Hope you're doing well. This is the segment of AM Ocala Live called News Bites. And it's called News Bites because it's the news, the biggest stories, the freshest stories from around the world, the nation, the state, the county, and the city. And we abbreviate them. We cut to the chase, get to the point, and we bring you the news in summarized form. We try to bring it down to a paragraph or so that you can know the news and get on with your day. This is your best bet for catching up on the world news, national news, etc. And we do this every weekday morning from 8:37 or so until 9 o'clock. It's about a 23-minute segment. Typically, we squeeze in 20 or so stories every morning, and you get on with your day. It's a great way to just turn on your radio and see what's going on in the world, and we will tell you which news agencies we get the stories from so that you can read them in their entirety. In this day and age, it's real simple to do. You just, search for the story on your favorite web, whatever you do. Mm-hmm. Google or whatever. All right, the first one is from CBS. CBS News, to be specific. CBS News has learned more than 2 million Americans have been told they cannot renew their current insurance policies. More than triple the number of people said to be buying insurance under the new Affordable Care Act, commonly known as Obamacare. There have been estimates about hundreds of thousands of people losing coverage. CBS News' Jan Crawford reported on CBS this morning. CBS News has reached out to insurance companies across the country to determine some of the real numbers, and this is just the tip of the iceberg, Crawford said. The people are opening the letters are shocked to learn they cannot keep their insurance policies despite President Obama's assurances to the contrary. The White House is on the defensive, trying to explain it after Mr. Obama repeatedly said, if you like your doctor or health care plan, you can keep it. White House Press Secretary Jay Carney said, quote, what the president said and what everybody said all along is that there are going to be changes brought about by the Affordable Care Act to create minimum standards of coverage. It's an unexpected reality of Obamacare being told through anecdotes in local papers and on social media, but the hard numbers reveal the evidence is far more than anecdotal. CBS News has confirmed with insurance companies across the country that more than 2 million people are getting notices they no longer can keep their existing plans. In California, there are 279,000. In Michigan, 140,000. In Florida, 300,000. And in New Jersey, 800,000. And those numbers are certain to get even higher. Some companies who tell CBS News they've sent letters won't say how many.
Obamacare bringing down the U.S. Oh, my God. This is a story from the Associated Press. A 70-year-old woman's son and 3 members of his family were shot to death over the weekend by a man neighbors say was incensed about the incessant noise of barking dogs. For months, Michael Guzzo, 56, complained to neighbors about the barking from homes all around him in the tidy Phoenix, Arizona complex, where a central courtyard looks like a tree-laden park. He even put up flyers on doors advising people of pet ordinances and fines. On Saturday, according to police, Guzzo went on a rampage, methodically killing his neighbors Bruce Moore, age 66, his daughter Renee Moore, age 36, her husband Michael Moore, age 42, who used his wife's last name, and Renee's son Shannon Moore, age 17, along with the family's 2 dogs. Guzzo then walked across the courtyard and tried to kill more neighbors who had dogs. Libni DeLeon, age 26, said that just a few months ago, he returned home from work to find Guzzo standing by his back gate where his 2 dogs were on the patio barking. Oh, my God.
This story from ABC News. An 8-year-old's cries for help after police say she was kidnapped from her bedroom probably saved her life. And now authorities are asking the public's help to find the suspect. We believe there is a predator out there and he needs to be stopped. He needs to be caught. That's a quote from Aurora Police Chief Dan Oates at a news conference yesterday. And this would be Aurora... Not so sure if it's Colorado or not. A predator like this could go anywhere and has no regard for jurisdictional boundaries, he added. The girl, according to police, endured minor injuries, and authorities give her credit for screaming and putting up a struggle. The girl's cries for help alerted her father, who ran outside and found her in an alley.
Oh, my God.
An important element is a lesson to all of us parents. This young girl immediately cried out, immediately put up a fuss, and struggled. Who knows if that saved her life? A sketch of the suspect was released last night, and police say they're looking for a white man with short blonde hair. He was wearing a heavy black winter jacket and had the distinct odor of cigarette smoke. The girl's grandmother, Beatrice Padilla, told the Denver Post, so yes, it is Colorado, that the girl was doing her homework in her bunk bed sometime after midnight yesterday. The suspect cut through and removed a screen before opening an unlocked window. According to police, the man reached into the ground floor window and grabbed the girl, pulling her out through the window. Again, they believe her screaming is what saved her life.
Oh, my God. Thank God. Senate Intelligence Committee Chairwoman Dianne Feinstein is calling for a total review of all intelligence programs after allegations that the National Security Agency eavesdropped on the German chancellor. This is the activity that the California Democrat says she was not told about. Feinstein said yesterday that while her committee was informed of the NSA's collection of phone records under a secret court order, her committee, quote, was not satisfactorily informed that certain surveillance activities have been in effect for more than a decade, unquote. She also said that President Barack Obama was not informed either that German Chancellor Angela Merkel's communications were being collected since 2002. According to the Las Vegas Sun.
Next story is from the Reuters news agency. The new FBI chief yesterday ordered all new agents and analysts to visit the National Memorial to late civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. as a reminder not to repeat the abuses of the U.S. Investigative Bureau's past. In a similar gesture in 2000, the FBI added a stop at the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum to its required training for new agents. Both sites along the FBI headquarters are in Washington, D.C. FBI Director James Comey said in a speech to FBI employees that he wanted to add a similar reminder from the Bureau's own history. It will serve as a different kind of lesson, one more personal to the Bureau, of the dangers of becoming untethered to oversight and accountability, Comey said. And again, that was from the Reuters news agency.
Parts of a new Texas abortion law, considered among the most restrictive in the country, are unconstitutional, a federal judge ruled yesterday, one day before they were scheduled to take effect. The lawsuit, filed in U.S. District Court in Austin by Planned Parenthood on behalf of more than a dozen women's health care providers across Texas, alleged the law violates the constitutional rights of women and puts unreasonable demands on doctors who perform abortions. The lawsuit specifically targets requirements under the new law that doctors obtain admitting privileges at a local hospital and usage controls on RU 486, the so-called morning after pill, according to CNN.
And this from the CNS news agency. President Obama's former health policy advisor says the law is changing the nation's healthcare system for the better as more people are treated by a healthcare team in their homes instead of in hospitals. Dr. Ezekiel Emanuel, an oncologist, helped to design the Affordable Care Act, and he defended it Sunday on CNN's State of the Union with Candy Crowley. Look, that issue of how the physician-patient relationship is going to change, there's no doubt it's going to change. I think actually much for the better, Emanuel said on the show, when going on to say, quote, you're going to have more of a team. You're going to have a nurse practitioner. You're going to have physicians. You're going to have pharmacists. You're going to have nutritionists all advising patients, unquote.
Our local star was active all weekend long, which is the sun, producing 3 of the most intense solar flares possible in 2 days. The sun is currently at the peak of its natural 11-year solar cycle, where it oscillates through periods of low activity, characterized by few sunspots and intense flares, and much higher activity. This particular solar cycle has been one of the quietest on record, with the sun occasionally even going completely silent, just as its activity should be the highest. This weekend's flares are a return to the normally scheduled intense outbursts from the solar surface that typically characterize solar maximum. This is from Wired.
An Iranian actress known for her political activism in support of the country's reformists has been sentenced to 18 months in prison after facing security charges this morning, in another sign of the underlying tensions between Iran's hardline judiciary and calls for greater openness by new President Hassan Rouhani. The reports came a day after authorities ordered the closure of the pro-reform Bahar daily for published a commentary considered offensive to Islam by raising questions about the successors of the Prophet Muhammad. But Iranian officials have shown signs of easing some clampdown since the moderate-leaning Rouhani took office in August, such as freeing dozens of prisoners held on political charges and reopening a prominent artistic center known as the House of Cinema. The case over the 24-year-old actress Pagan Ahangarani also points to the internal and sometimes conflicting centers of power in Iran.
The U.S. Census Bureau's current population survey is stating that government workers are absent 50% more than private sector workers. A government worker is 38% more likely to be absent from work for personal reasons or illnesses than a private sector worker. And government workers miss 50% more of their usual work hours as a result of such absences than do private sector workers. This is according to data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Each month, the U.S. Census Bureau's current population survey collects information from 60,000 households, including information on employment status. The Bureau of Labor Statistics uses this data to publish employment statistics, and the survey is conducted during the week that includes the 19th day of the month, and the questions it asks that reference a particular week apply to the week that includes the 12th day of the month. From CNS News.
And this is from Fox News. The fight over renewing the nation's farm bill has centered on cuts to the $80 billion a year food stamp program, but there could be unintended consequences if no agreement is reached, and that would be higher milk prices. Members of the House and Senate are scheduled to begin long-awaited negotiations on the 5-year, roughly $500 billion bill this week. If they don't finish it, dairy supports could expire at the end of the year and send the price of a gallon of milk skyward. There could be political ramifications, too. The House and Senate are far apart on the sensitive issue of how much money to cut from food stamps, and lawmakers are hoping to resolve that debate before election year politics set in.
This is from ABC News. President Obama's famed social media operation today fell victim to hackers allied with Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. For several hours, shortened hyperlinks appearing in Obama's Twitter feed and on his Facebook page redirected users to a graphic YouTube video reportedly produced by the Syrian Electronic Army. The group claimed responsibility for the hack in an email to Mashabla, saying it was showing the truth about Syria. Thanks to our operation, Twitter now blocks Obama's dangerous propaganda links, the SEA wrote on its official Twitter account.
It is 10 minutes to 9 o'clock, and this slot right here could be your slot. You could advertise your business right here on News Bites. It's easy, and we'll even do it live. You can ask for Robin to read your ad, or you can ask for me to read your ad. We'll slip it in with the news, and the way you do that is you come into the studio here at WOCA and you speak to one of our sales executives. They'll tell you how to buy advertisements on WOCA, whether it's the one I just referred to